Welcome back. This is my NBA awards predictions and their runner-ups. MVP is going to the sexiest man in the NBA, Luka Magic. With Jalen Brunson going to the Knicks, I think Luka's gonna put up a 2K-like stat line. He's always dominated the advanced stats, but the problem has been he's struggled to start the season. But this year is different. He looks in shape and ready to go. Another thing that could potentially hurt him is that I don't think the Dallas Mavericks will finish a top 3 seed. But with Nikola Jokic winning it last year and the year before, not being a top 3 seed, I don't think it will hurt him too much. My runner-up for MVP is Jason Tatum. I think the Boston Celtics will be the best team in the NBA by far. 60-win team plus. And I think Jason Tatum will be the focal point of the Boston Celtics. And he'll put up a crazy stat line, he'll score the ball, he'll dominate the advanced stats because he's such a good player, but I just don't think he'll be as good enough to pass Luka Doncic. Defensive Player of the Year, aka the player with the best D. Bam Adebayo will win this award. Bam Adebayo has become one of the most underrated players in the NBA because he struggles on the offensive side of the ball, but people forget how good he is on defense. He's one of the most versatile defenders, being able to switch on to 1 through 5, and he's been the focal point of the Heat's defense and why they've been so good since he's broken out. I thought Bam Adebayo should have won it last year, but he just didn't play enough games and he was injured a lot. If he can have a healthy season, he's almost guaranteed the award, in my opinion. My runner-up for this award is Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges is a great perimeter defender, but sometimes they don't value perimeter defense. This year, Marcus Smart won, and can I see Mikal winning it next year? Yes, but it's still going to be extremely difficult. We still are iffy about the Suns situation. Maybe they'll trade him, I don't think they will, but I do think Mikal Bridges will be the runner-up next year. Rookie of the Year. I know, you probably saw the thumbnail, and yes, I'm going with Jaden Ivey. It's a hot take because I know a lot of people are going with the boring option, the first overall pick, Paolo Banchero. He's looked great in Summer League, but I'm just going to go with my gut and go Jaden Ivey. I just think he went to the best situation possible with the Pistons. He can really focus on scoring, and they really don't need him to do everything like how they need Paolo to basically run their whole offense. He has running mates. Jaden Ivey has running mates. No shocker here, my runner-up is Paolo Banchero. He's looked absolutely great. That's all I can say. My sixth man of the year is a guy who recently just got traded, and yes, it's Malcolm Brogdon. Malcolm Brogdon is a do-it-all guy. He can do it all. He just doesn't do anything elite. He can pass, he can score, he can play decent defense. That's what I love about him and why I think he'd be the perfect sixth man. If he comes off the bench for the Celtics, he will go crazy because he can work with the starters and be a backseat, similar to how he was with the Bucks, or he can play with the bench players and be the number 1 option, number 2 option on the floor at times for them and be really efficient at doing that. For my runner-up for 6th man of the year, I'm going with an option nobody is thinking about, Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones is one of the best backup point guards in the NBA, and I think this year is a year where he can take the leap. He's always led the NBA in assist-to-turnover ratio, and if his scoring can take a jump up, which I think it will, he'll be a great option for 6th man. For most improved player, I gotta go with my boy Quinn Grimes. He looked absolutely great in Summer League, and I think he's gonna take a huge leap this season. He averaged around 6 points per game. I think that could go up to around 15 to 17. But the only problem is there's a lot of guards on the New York Knicks roster, but I think he would solidify himself as the best guard, just because he's a 3-level scorer, meaning he can shoot the 3, he can create his own shot, he can drive and finish at the rim, and he plays good defense, which is key when you're playing with a guy like Tibbs as the coach. For my runner-up, I'm going with a guy on the Spurs, yes, Keldon Johnson. Why I'm going with Keldon Johnson is because, with all due respect, The Spurs have absolutely nobody. I mean, he's the only guy on that team that is doing something right now. So his scoring, with them trading away DeJounte Murray, is going to skyrocket up. Now, is it enough to pass Quentin Grimes? No, but I just think Keldon Johnson is going to go absolutely ballistic this year.